Oi, elites, it's me, your guy Waddles. Welcome to another Snapshot Showcase video. Big news, elites, big news. Mojang has finally gone ahead and did it. I would have never thought they would do this, but Mojang has finally added an intelligent life form into Minecraft. I mean, take a look at this. The Piglins are absolutely terrified of the most disgusting thing in the game. Diorite, clearly diorite. I mean, Minecraft villagers would never, dolphins could never, but Piglins, oh, they hate the stuff. They sprint away from it, which is beautiful. Okay, well maybe that's not the entire truth. Maybe there's something else to it. This morning, on February 14th, 2020, just in time for Valentine's Day, Mojang released the second Minecraft Nether Update Snapshot. This is the 20w07a snapshot. This snapshot sees the introduction of Piglins, the expansion of Hoglins, and sees a few other minor changes. In today's video, we're going to dive into the snapshot, break it down. Should be pretty fun because it's really cool. There are some cool mechanics here with the Piglins. As always, if you enjoy my Snapshot videos, do me a favor and drop a like on this one and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Also, vote in the poll that is on screen right now. Who's better, the Hoglin or the Piglin? So just like usual, we'll start things off with a general overview, a breakdown. This snapshot adds Piglins into the game. They're very noisy, as you can hear, and it expands Hoglins. Hoglins are much more quiet, but very dangerous. This snapshot also changes a few other things that we'll be going over in today's video. Let's start things off today with the Hoglin. The Hoglin has been changed a lot. Last week's 20w06a snapshot saw the introduction of the Hoglin, but at that point, the Hoglin just flapped around weirdly when you hit it, and then dropped rotten flesh and experience when you killed it. Hoglins now have a baby variant, that's right here, very adorable, and Hoglins can actually be bred. To breed Hoglins, you'll need crimson fungi. That is the red mushroom, the new one that was added in last week's snapshot. Now you'll definitely want to be very careful with the Hoglins because they charge you on sight. It's dangerous and they can hit you. When they hit you, sometimes you'll be shot a couple blocks into the air. This knockback attack that the Hoglins have is definitely where netherite armor will come in handy with its knockback resistance. I've had adult Hoglins deal anywhere from 2 full hearts of damage to me to 4 full hearts of damage. That's very dangerous. Now the baby Hoglins are a little less dangerous, but still potentially dangerous. They will deal a half heart of damage every single time they hit you. Now Hoglins don't like the player. They will charge and attack on sight, as you guys saw, so definitely be very careful around these creatures. In the Nether, you will find Hoglins naturally spawning in the Crimson Forest biome, so the red biome, this place right here. Now, aside from experience, adult Hoglins currently have 2 drops, raw pork chop and leather. Without looting, this is the most raw pork chop that I've gotten from a single Hoglin. Now, looting 3 can change everything. In each corner are the drops that I got from a single Hoglin with a looting 3 sword. Not bad. Now, of course, as you can expect, fire aspect will cook the pork chop. Again, to breed Hoglins, you will need crimson fungi. Crimson fungi, and you know how that works. That's the normal Minecraft breeding thing. And then eventually, a new baby Hoglin should appear. They're trying. That took a little bit of time, but there we go. Baby number 2. Now, I will currently be overwhelmed by the Hoglins because they're everywhere, but armor will help you out quite a bit against the Hoglins, but they still are definitely very dangerous. You will want to be careful around these creatures. They send you flying. If you're exploring a Crimson Forest biome and there's lots of ledges and then a Hoglin hits you, well, that could be the end of you. Finally, I believe Hoglins are meant to dislike warped fungi, but they don't seem to care. They're not interested in it, but the stuff is meant to help keep you safe, I believe, according to the changelog at least. Doesn't seem to work quite yet, though. Next up, we have the Piglin. Piglins were one of the only major Nether update features that weren't actually added in last week's gigantic snapshot. Piglins were first showcased back at Minecon in 2019. Piglins are really cool looking. Look at these creatures right here. They're awesome. I love this model. Now, there's a lot of interesting behavior and mechanics tied to the Piglin. I haven't had enough time to go over all of it, but I'll go ahead and go over the highlights in this video and maybe make an in-depth video later on. So to start, these right here are the Piglins. Piglins have an adorable, amazing model. I love the ears. The texture is just so good. So big shout out to Jaffa here. Now, Piglins spawn within the Crimson Forest biome just like the Hoglins. Piglins have an adult and a baby variant. Piglins can also spawn with or without gold armor. The gold armor does actually function as well, it's not just a visual thing. Now Piglins can spawn with a crossbow or with a gold sword. Obviously, their attack is tied to their weapon. If they have a crossbow, their attack is going to be ranged. If they have a sword, it will be a melee attack. Now, you'll definitely want to be careful around Piglins because they are aggressive if you're not wearing gold armor. But if you do have gold armor on, even just a helmet, they actually don't care about you at all, which is kind of cool. Now, Piglins don't like a zombie pigment. They creep them out. Piglins also don't like hoglins, but they don't hate hoglins either, which is actually a really interesting mechanic. We've never seen anything like this in Minecraft before. When these creatures do decide to hunt hoglins, the battle is actually pretty balanced, which is really nice to see. Piglins will not always win this battle. So anyways, if you have any piece of gold armor on, Piglins don't mind you. Now if you have gold ingots, you can take these ingots to the Piglins and actually barter with them. To barter with them, use the ingot on the Piglin and it will throw something back. Now I've done a bit of testing with this and I'm still getting new things. It seems that there's quite a bit of things that the Piglins can actually throw back at you. So far, these are the things that I've gotten from bartering. Now again, I've done this quite a bit, but I'm still getting new things, which is really, really cool. I think the loot table for this bartering mechanic probably has to be pretty massive, which is really, really cool. One of the devs on Twitter, Hendrik, actually teased something about being able to get quartz from these guys, but that hasn't happened for me quite yet. I did just get a shroom light though, that's pretty cool. Also, can we mention this adorable piglin behavior? They like stare at the gold like it's, I don't know. This is gonna be really, really funny. I wonder if anyone will be able to figure out a way to keep the pigment permanently in the state, because this is hilarious. To kill an adult piglin with a diamond sword, you'll need to hit it 3 times. To kill an adult piglin with a netherite sword, 2 times. Now finally, piglins don't like it if you open up a chest with gold inside of it, even if you have a gold armor on, so you'll have to be careful. They also won't let you mine gold blocks around them peacefully. They'll attack you if you tried that too. Now in the intro I said piglins don't like diorite. That was unfortunately a lie. They don't care about diorite, but they definitely care about the soul lights. If a piglin is near a soul lantern, a soul torch, or a soul fire, it will run away, which is really, really funny looking. I hope this mechanic is expanded on or explained in some way, because that's really, really interesting. Oh, and piglins don't like wither skeletons. They don't get along at all. The wither skeleton doesn't seem to care though. Interesting. I'm sure that'll be changed later. In terms of drops, piglins seem to be able to drop their armor and their weapons. They will provide a little bit of experience as well, but no rotten flesh, interestingly. I wonder if the piglins will ever have some sort of meat-related drop. Or maybe I'm just getting unlucky, but I have been testing this out with Looting 3 and haven't seen any rotten flesh quite yet. Just when I think I'm done talking about piglins, I keep realizing that there's more to these creatures. There's a lot to these creatures. If a piglin is in the overworld, it will start shaking, just like a zombie villager does when you're curing it. Eventually, it will transform into a zombie pigment. Now, there was a new zombie pigment texture revealed, but that has not made it into the game as of this version right now. The zombie pigment behave normally. Nothing was changed with them at all other than this whole transformation mechanic. I did test it out, and if you hit a pig with lightning, they will still turn into a zombie pigment as well. I don't know if that's always going to be the case though. To wrap things up, there are a few smaller changes that you should definitely know about. The first one has to do with netherite blocks and beacons. Netherite blocks can now be used to build a beacon. Massive flex. The second change has to do with netherite ingots and beacons. You can now use a netherite ingot to pay for an effect on a beacon. That is a gigantic flex. Why would you do that? Soul soil can now be used to spawn in the wither. And finally, Endermen can no longer pick up netherrack, but they can pick up some of the other new nether blocks like the nylium blocks. There have of course been a bunch of bug fixes in this week's snapshot as well, but the biggest thing is definitely the piglin. The mechanics behind these creatures look to be really, really interesting, and I can't wait to see what the devs have in mind for a piglin bastion. Piglin bastions were mentioned back at Minecon, and I'm sure they're still planned. Piglins seem to be pretty smart, so I'm sure they'll have a pretty nice home. But I think that is just about it for me today, Elites. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and subscribe. It would really, really help me out. If I missed anything major, I will leave a pinned comment down below this video listing the big things that I missed. I'm sorry about that if that is the case. Today, I'd like to send a big thank you to my patron, Bowser254. But until next time, happy Valentine's Day, Elites. Stay cool. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.